A beautiful afternoon to you and your loved ones. And of course, you know where you are. This is Copa TV, and we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and of course on WhatsApp if you have our number. My name is Maki, Makky, and I am your host today on this beautiful, amazing program, Smiling Through Widowhood. And today we are talking about widowhood and financial independence. So, as a widow, you can actually be financially stable, financially independent. So, you do not need, not like you don't need assistance right now, but you really do not need that pity party to stand on your own. Okay, you can do all things through Christ that strengthens. And I am not alone at all. Don't forget that we have numbers on the screen. So if you want to be a part of this conversation, you want to be a part of this program, you want to call in, you want to contribute, you want to lend your voice, you are free to do that because the phone line is open starting from now to the hour of, in fact, to the time the program will be over. So let me not just say to the hour of 4 or 5. So to the time the program will be over. And the beautiful people in the studio are with Amin. So I have here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Maki.
Good afternoon. How are you
I'm
doing?
fine.
Do well to introduce yourself to her.
I am Mrs. Joaquin.
I know a lot of persons already. So Mrs. Ujakune is a face now, a regular face now, but then she's somebody who always want to have on the show. And I know you are very prepared for today's topic.
There he goes.
Okay. And I have the amazing, gorgeous women in the studio. Lady, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So how are you doing?
Um,
Well, to introduce yourself, okay.
name is Alpha. Ram Asad.
Okay. So before I go into the questions I have, I would like us to understand what finance is. What finance is. When we talk about finance, I think we are referring to money. Making money and having the money. Now we are now linking it to being independent. Nigeria as a country is independent, right? So we are on our own. So when we talk about being independent, we're talking about you having your money. You're not disturbing anybody. Not when you want to pay school fees, you call uncles and aunties and mommies and daddies. Hey, I don't have money to pay school fees, my kids' school fees, or I don't have money to do one or two. So you're being financially. So now, this is what I understand. So can you tell me what you understand by being finance?
Okay. I think for a widow, infant, being able to put those bills that maybe your spouse was when he was, or being able to take care of things that need to be done in the family now that you're just, because sometimes that was the man that was the breadwinner. So being financially independent now is, it's not, doesn't mean that you cannot ask for help
Mm,
because you can never really.
exactly.
So it's all about being able to do things that you are doing with your partner or your partner was doing.
Okay. So I'm going to move to Madam Uju right now. My question to you now is: she said that being financially independent is doing those things that your spouse was, or the things that the both of you were doing at the time. So how can you do those things if you don't have something you were doing before the time?
Thank you for the intro. At least you make my work less.
Exactly, right?
Okay. How can you step into the big shoes,
Mm,
especially when you're not doing anything because
exactly.
your husband died?
Mm,
There is no other way to start. Start. You
mm,
understand?
okay.
Because when it happens, you understand that your own, historically, like widows are taken care of by families, relatives. They they fend for you. People will fence around and come to your aid. But
Yeah.
these days, even the people you're looking up to are looking up to you most
Somebody else,
times. Even
exactly.
people that are willing to help might not have. So it boils down to you that, okay, I need to help myself. Being financially independent is a gift anybody can give to herself or himself, because it will help you to stand on your feet. It gives you encouragement. It gives you, I- if you're not self-employed or you're not self-independent, there are places you will step into. Your, that's iwerofu kokoro,
Exactly.
because you don't even know if you push down this thing, will you be able to pay? You understand? So as we are talking for widows, we're talking about widows being independent. It's just general, but we are narrowing it down to. So, like, if you're not doing anything before your husband died, there is no rocket science about it. I will
Okay.
advise the person to, first of all, count your, maybe the person was receiving salary or not, or whatever, but the person might have some savings. If you have savings, make a list of your income, no matter how it comes in. Make a list of your expenses. Now you really have to know that, okay, this is what I can get. This is what, when your expenses is over your income, then you know you have to double your hustle. Then when it balances, you still need to double your hustle, because these children will grow. There are things to handle that you've not been handling. So I would advise anybody, maybe you're not doing anything before and you now see that this is what you have to do. Don't It's not something you cannot do. Most times we even tap into that potentials you feel you don't even know that is. You understand?
Yeah.
There are most women that are gifted, but because they're under a man, they are not allowed to like tap that gift they have. But when this thing happen, they will find out that, okay, this I can do it, that I can do it. It's just for you to start. Encourage yourself. Know that you can do it. The Bible said, I can do all things through God who strengthens me. So know that you have that strength. And if you have grown up children, you can call them to a round table. Then you people can discuss and say, okay, this is what we can do, this is what I can do, this is what this person can do, this is what you understand. Make them understand your financial status, what you people have. Just let them know, because some of them might have their parents that like have that don't allow their children to suffer. Even when they don't have, they will go any length to provide for them. Such children might not even know the financial capacity of these parents. So when the man dies, they'll feel that there is money somewhere. You should make, especially those that are grown up, the adults in the family, to know that this is what we have. Oh. This is how far it can take us. So we need to step into this shoe, even when you know you are the one. Make them to feel responsible.
You didn't just give answer to my question. You just like you said that I made the work easy. You made me understand it in many ways. I mean, you broke it down into pieces, and I think I love that about what you just said. Okay, we have our mommy Chigozie Christiana Demezwe telling us or hiring us from here. And of course, we see you, Mama is the pioneer of Healing Heart.
Widowhood Support Foundation.
Okay, so we want to really appreciate you, Mama, for being here. Mama Anyi, see you and we appreciate all the things you do for the widows, the women, and every other person around. Okay, so I'm going to dive into my second question. And the second question is I'm coming to you now. Can a widow balance the process of grieving with the sudden need to earn income or manage finances independently? Do you understand the question? I'm talking to Chiso.
How can a widow balance
Yes.
the process
Can
of
a widow
grieving?
balance the process of grieving with the sudden need to earn income and stand financially?
I believe that better if you hear it from
Okay,
the widow.
I think okay, I think I should move that question now to okay, but yes, before I move to her,
Yeah,
okay, I just want to get your own
my
opinion, a
view.
random view
Yeah.
Okay.
now.
Yes, I believe it's possible if she has the right resources or she has the right people around her. Because you can get maybe advice on what to do, or maybe from someone who was good before you on how she was able,
Okay.
or you can just having a right support system and having a strong will, because you can do anything like you said through Christ.
Hmm.
Like deciding to, okay, I need to take care of my children, I need to do this, I need to do this, and have to be able to balance it. Possible.
Okay, so she said I should come to you.
Okay,
Although her own view is
the
just
question
amazing.
again is how can you balance
Yes, how can you
grieving?
balance your
Okay,
grieving
yeah,
and the need to earn income and
it's very
manage it
possible
financially?
to balance because
Okay.
most of the women are already doing that. For you can actually ask this question. Okay, sometimes when it happens, most of them are devastated, even when you're doing something. Or yes, it's very possible to do that. Like myself, I've always loved me my own money.
Okay.
Even when my husband was alive, there was people around see me as a stay-home mom, but I've always done something on the side.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
understand? That one I know that when I get this thing, is my money, makes me happy. So with that spirit, when he died, I didn't stop for one day. You
Okay.
understand? Even before my business, I set up my business. I was doing like things, but my business I had to like travel, make purchase things from Dubai, and I was waiting for them to come back. I was like setting up my shop and but even at that, I was still, because I like interior, I like curtains, beddings and
Okay.
all that. So I was like carrying carrying bed sheets, duvets from office to office, from banks, from to hospitals. I have customers. So even in that, as I wait for the big one to start, I was doing that. So it's very possible. The only thing you have to do is to like tell yourself you can do this. I had a friend, an elderly widow, when I lost my husband. She came to me and he said one thing. He said like, um, it's only when you're wearing white that people will pity you. Once you remove this white,
Oh,
you're on your
you're in the
own.
market again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because once you wear, when they see you wear red, wear green, wear white tomorrow, they will now feel, this one a lechabago. So that pity is, so whatever you want to do, sit down and calculate yourself and then know what you want to do. There is no time to waste time. So even in grieving, you need to say, okay, I can do this, I will do that, and you start doing them. If it's the one that you go and learn your skills, a skill that you need to learn, go ahead. Like the business I do now, I was not that knowledgeable about it.
Okay.
I had to go and learn. Immediately I came back from mourning my husband, I think, because I go out, I go for school and all that. Once I drop my children in school, I go to a friend and a sister that was doing the same business. I will be there until it's time to go and pick them. So it even helped me to like grieve, because you are outside, you're seeing people and all
Exactly.
that. When those people that want to come and gist and say, oh yeah, no otu aka dị gị si onye asịkwa imago, they will not even see you. They
See
will
you
be
at
calling
home.
you
You
on phone and be
already.
like, I don't, you can only see me on Sundays. So I think that helped me. So I would advise anybody that is in this shoe not to waste 1 minute saying that, okay, I saw one other lady I talked about last time. The husband just died. They came back after the burial. She went back. She has gone back to, gone are the days when you say, okay, let me wait for 6 months. 6 months in
Who
this,
will feed the
don't you
kids?
buy fuel? Don't you buy everything, even to recharge your energy
Yes,
credit? It's
yes,
not
of
even
course.
easy.
It's
So
not. It's not easy.
when you look at the things that are waiting for you, ificha anya chikwalụ nke ọzọ na-afụ ụzọ. I say they say who they cry they see.
They see you.
So you need to cry and see, and then step up to the game.
Oh wow. I'm going to ask you another question. And that question is also more like an advice. What's a small scale business idea or income generating activities would you recommend widows who have little capital or experience?
Income, there are a lot. There are a lot, because even now you can start business without capital. Just you can go into online business, like I talked about shipping the other time. Because once you have your phone, somebody is selling this. How much are you giving me? Your credit, your few, um, any amount you want to put on top. and then
Exactly.
you post. People will ask that you don't. It's not in your shop. You don't have it with you. Same money that that person will pay that you use and get the and still charge the person for the way bill. So you're doing business. You can even join it with every other person. You can if you and I will advise somebody anytime you are that you want to do anything, you're just starting. Make your passion, turn your passion into earning. Because if you're doing what you like and you're earning from it, that's just like your system. You understand? But if you're doing something because somebody is doing it, you'll be struggling. It's
Exactly.
more stress for you. But if this is what you like, if you like cooking, you cook in your house every other day. Study your environment. One, if you can sell food, maybe online, you sell this, you can cook 1 liter of soup for this amount. You can do. You don't have a physical shop. You can do. You can go into fashion. No material is a waste now. If you sew skirt and blouse, the pieces you can use it and do this hairband.
Exactly.
You understand? There are things you can do from the comfort of your home, and you still make money even without having that capital. Until you now save up and you want the world to see you that you have a physical office or anything, but you can still do anything you want to do inside your house.
Wow. 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 Okay, we are really going very fast, and I like how it's going. But I'm going to ask from the perspective of organization. Now, talking about the organization, from your work with widows, what are some of the most common financial challenges they face after losing? You have worked with them over time. So, what are the financial challenges you think they face?
Most times, like when a woman becomes, you see maybe relatives take the house, or she doesn't have access to money, or they said, oh, didn't leave this for you. Didn't like most of the time she's not left with any. And then you see that there are lots of bills to pay. You have rent, house rent. You have the school fees of the. You have day to day living expense. Especially in this economy, like if you breathe, you're spending money.
Exactly.
So it's like they have school fees bills. A lot of people they cannot, especially those that have maybe like lots of children. So it becomes tough. Some might they will not say, okay, maybe two should be in school, the other should stay at home, get money.
Mm,
So they struggle with school fees, they struggle with rent, they struggle with maybe those that have small businesses, like keeping the business up because you need require money to fund your.
exactly.
Those are the most common challenges that make them, they are weary, they are tired, they are feel like, oh, my
You're
world
not
is
doing enough.
ended. Yes, because my husband. Because most times maybe they are just, if husband was the whole breadwinner, so it's kind of tough even to accept that, okay, everything falls on me. Mommy, I want this. Any single penny that is needed in the lots of.
So at this point now, where would the organization step in, or how would they step in? Knowing fully well that this person is struggling. At this point, there's nothing. The person is going through challenge, like you said. Okay, maybe everything is now coming from the woman. So where would the organization now step in?
For example, offer business support. Come and tell us, it's not just you. You give us a breakdown. Okay, this is what I sell. This is what I do. This is how I buy it. This is how I make gain. So this is where I need money. Yeah, this is where I need support for so and so. And not just you give you and you take it. Give us like a breakdown of how you spent money. Okay, how has it profited my. So this business support kind of helps because the gain you now make from your business, you can now use it to try and make up the school fees, try and make up the rent. Even as much as we encourage independence, we also know that life is tough. So we have like feeding supports. We host like feeding programs where invite widows, give them raw food items like bag rice, all this. Just help. We're not saying you are depending totally on us. We are just substituting to, yeah, assisting. They will lead to their own effort, adding to. And also we have a program on Saturday
Okay.
at Nafeli's Hut. we're celebrating International Widows. So in that event now, we have a future where the widows are going to exhibit their, like, if you're selling shoes, bring like few products of what you're selling, and then you can find your target audience at that event. You can have people that might want to even support your business, not just buy. So this, there's an exhibition where widows bring, okay, this is what I sell, and people can support them. It's sort of an advertisement. Put yourself out there. Also, we even post, like, our founder, if she patronizes, post you on your, on her
On
wall
our page,
and be
okay?
like, okay, I got this from so so and so. It was nice, or if it was a dress, she show you that, okay, this fabric looked good and the delivery process was smooth and all that. So it's a form of, because coming from her is a lot, because she has like access to different people. So when they see that, they can also patronize the those. That's a way of enhancing their.
Okay. Now we're still in the organization, but I think I'm going to ask you because you're also part of the organization. So, how does your foundation encourage financial independence among we?
Yeah, she already said it because most times we have that class kind of seminar to teach them, bring people to teach bead making, all kind of things, digital and all that. So you learn, and when we teach, we also support you with most outreaches we do. That not we don't just gather people and tell them you can do this and without supporting them. The end game is to support them and see how far they can go. You understand? When you teach them what to do, you still give them support. You understand? So because when you don't give them support and just teach them and go, they will go back to square one again. Or they will just carry knowledge and know where to, no, there's no way to like support the knowledge. So we give this knowledge and then and help support in like she said, sometimes with loans, so that that person can be accountable. Most times when you give people money and they'll just go and do whatever they like with the money, but when they know that it's loan, they will strive and try to double the money,
Yes.
and then know that there is a payback system. Even if you want to leave that money for that person, you see the person trying. By the time he wants to pay back, if you want to give the person back, you now give them. So that's the way we'll support. Like he said about the program on Saturday, people will come with whatever they are doing, the kind of exhibition. So from there, we'll have non-widows coming, we'll have other organizations coming. It's kind of an advert for them. And that's from there, they will have that program will also be, I think it's going to be a live program too. So that exhibition will go far. You understand? So we really try to like help people, and when you know that your sister is doing something, you patronize the person, maybe tag the person on Facebook. You understand? Maybe recommend the person. So that's why when we encourage them to do that, they will have to do well, because you don't recommend somebody that doesn't do well. Somebody you recommend, you will not deliver. You understand? So you have given them the charge to, okay, I've taught you this, you're doing it, and we are supporting you, and I'm referring people. That's a kind of uh, motivating the person to stay on the.
Okay. All right. Before we dive into the other question, I think we have just a few more questions to go, and that's because we don't want the video to be very long, so that you can watch and watch and watch again. And of course, you can follow us. Some of us have been
I'm
following
calling.
and and be calling us. So the numbers you can call is displayed on our screen there: 081685975 2. So that's the number 0810, yeah, 6859752. That's the number you can call. You either call us, send us a text message, or you can just go to Facebook right now. Go to Facebook at Gopa TV on Facebook and follow us. Join us on Facebook so you can drop your question. I know you might have one or two questions. I've seen women that they were financially stable actually, then they lost their husband. Some men will tell you, I want to stay at home, take care of the children, not do anything. And some women will now take some, not all of them, will now take that as, since they say make I know they do anything now.
Make
Can
I rest.
Bruce no react now? Let me just stay home, they do anything. And suddenly something happens. See that the person will find it very hard and difficult to find themselves again or to find their feet. Coupled with the fact that, okay, there was a story someone told, a particular family, someone died, the head of the house died, the husband died. Before the wife even talked Jack Robinson, they had already rushed to the bank. I mean, the other brothers rushed to the bank and they were dragging.
You
You
they
need to.
drag money physically at the bank. That's a stupid thing to
Do
do.
you understand? Dragging the bank, like the money should be
Pay to them.
paid to
Ah,
my
there is a way
account.
to go
This other
about
person,
it.
the money should be paid to my. They were like, where is the wife? And some men that will use their family as next of kin, their brothers
Yeah.
as
It's
next
true.
of kin
Yeah.
instead of the wife. So once something happens, those people will come and take. They say you can't know people enough until something
Something
happens.
happens.
The moment something happens, you will not know that that's your brother-in-law in port that used to laugh with you, like always treat you right. Our wife, you cook, you know, cook. Once your husband say, I want to sleep and not wake up, you now see the real thing there. So when they said that, I was like, okay, what would the woman do in this situation?
That's one of the importance of being educated, not just like educated in the literal means. It means like knowing your rights as a widow. Because, for example, now even in the program I mentioned earlier that we are hosting on Saturday, I have a segment where the Bono services, where they give them free legal advices. Okay, when this happens,
You can do.
and we also have simplified English that we give to widows whenever they come for a program in our office. So it's important for a widow to know rights.
Okay, I'm going to cut you short. You're going to continue that. Something just came into my mind and I need to answer that question. You know, this knowing your right. Maybe your husband just died. Ndị obodo unu ama sị, onye go kayamba. So she just lost her husband and on her it right. Is the right that is now important to you than the husband that just died. Even though they are dragging something with you and you want to secure that part. So what if they now label you a killer? Or label the person?
I feel like they would label you something that way. So it's better you are labeled with money. Like than to be,
okay.
because you have to think about yourself and your children. Because at the end of the day, because what are you going to raise them? Like once you, if you know your rights, that okay, maybe you are a signatory to the man's account and they're telling you maybe that is a lie, or it's like once you know that's wrong, you know the right steps to take, the right places to go, maybe the lawyer to meet and all of that. Because there's no way you can ever be right, even as a normal human being. You can never plead. So you won't start. This is not the time to think about, oh, they're going to say, oh, I'm after his money. After his money, his children needs to, they ask you, pay bills. Everybody's living in Nigeria. We know how things. So it's like you don't think about. It's not a time to think. Although you cannot just say, oh, don't think about, because what people say affects people. But it's all about finding that strength, like she says. Like you have to think about what's priority. What matters now is finding money or finding the right support for you. So knowing your rights is very important and knowing the right step.
And because we are discussing financial independence, there's an angle to that. Sometimes it's not even about anybody dragging anything with you. There are those that their husband must have left a fortune for, and they still mismanage.
Exactly.
So this is where financial intelligence comes in.
Okay.
You don't just say because you know this money is here, you just the chop am as next of kin your shoulder will high. So you need to know, like I said, you list out the income, list out no, you have to know what is coming in monthly, what is going out. You can balance the two. You don't just say, okay, some people don't even know how the business is being. Just maybe they have managers, they have sales boys or salesmen or women around. They'll just be collecting the money, and those people are also enriching them because
You
you don't
don't have
have any knowledge
any
of
clue
what's going ahead,
exactly.
and you don't even care. After all, once they give you 5 million, 10 million in a month, you say, you don't know that that business can yield over 50. And by the time you're taking like 10 million a month and you're bragging you have money, those people are even richer than you. So
Exactly.
what you have to do is just to come down, take kind of there are people that can give you financial advice. You know how to go about it, and then it's not always the right move to make to sell properties when you lose somebody. Some people dabble into selling properties. I know a lady in Enugu here. What she does with her son is when they sell this one, they finish the money. If you finish, they sell another one. When you can even sell one to develop another.
Another.
You understand? And see that thing coming in. So most people are just like, okay, this money is here. We can't do anyhow. So that's where, like I said, the financial intelligence comes in, and then you need to seek advice. You need to look for professionals to help you manage the company. If it's a big one that you cannot, if you don't have an idea of what they were doing, you have to go and learn that. You understand? There is no time. It's never late to learn. You understand? You can understudy somebody, understand the tricks in the business, understand the whatever that happens in that business. So even when somebody is giving you a figure that is not realistic, you understand. Don't just say that this money is coming, I'm enjoying my life, you understand, and then you'll be messing things. Or by the time at the end of the day, the thing will just fall out. You know that you're even eating the crumbs. Why those people that are managing the business are the big ballers in the game.
They are babolas. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question, Madam Uju. This question, it just came into mind, and I started to ask. In a place where the money is not the problem, let's say the person is financially okay. Maybe the husband left a fortune, like you said. The husband left a lot of things, and money is not a problem. But she's lonely.
Okay.
Lonely in the sense that she has told herself, or maybe she has said to herself, I don't want to have another husband. Or she's keeping man friends and boyfriends that they are eating the money. What can you make out of
It's all
this?
boys. Because I didn't want to mention what can eat your money. I just said when they give you 10 million, you finish in one. There's many ways to. There's so many ways to finish 10 million, 20 million in
So
one
the
week.
loneliness aspect of it, is it justifiable?
It
I
depends
mean, I'm
on.
lonely. The person is lonely and doesn't want to get married and
I
say, I
want to
don't
believe
need that
that the
marriage issue.
person. I want
I
to
just want
believe. I
to
want to
have a
believe.
side man.
Okay. I want to believe that this person has children. You understand? You that That is what there is this thing we call widow fire. We've discussed it. The first year, second year, third year is not even the right time for you to consider yourself lonely. You're just going through a phase. You understand?
Yeah.
You have to understand the situation you're in and study, because people are coming because this money is there. They can tell you any sweet thing. You can be the cockroach in their cupboard and every other thing, and you just lose guard. You understand? If you have your children, that's the time to bond with your children. You understand? So
Yeah.
at a point, you start seeing your children as your friend. If you have grown up girls that are your best friend, your boys are the first boyfriend. You understand?
Exactly.
Then you take time to, like, okay, this widow, am I going to do it single? If I can't do it single, do something that will earn you respect. Not because you have money, you can just see any young man and then, because if you have the money, and somebody is coming to you, you know what the person's target is. Is he falling in love or falling on your pocket? You understand that? And even if you want to, like, mingle with people, it's not every relationship that is sexual. You understand? You can still have friends, and you have people that are mature, that understand that business you're into, that you can share ideas with. I don't know what people call lonely. If I see somebody I share ideas, somebody I can call and say, okay, I want to do this thing, how can I do it? Not lonely is not just below the skirt. I don't know. You understand? If you see somebody, you share ideas, share your, okay, hey, this child is going back to school. Look at what my daughter said the other day. I don't like, and that person, you people will rub mine. That is, unless you don't have people like that.
Okay.
Okay, that's where it comes. your circle, you need to have a very small and strong circle that you can share whatever you're going through. Even if that person you call your friend doesn't have an idea of what you're going through, how to help you, can ask the next person. You understand? And you people hold yourself like we have Blessed Widows, we have Healing Heart Support Foundation. There are things you can come up with, and then ask. You can seek for professional um, help. You understand?
Yeah.
When it comes to like you have too much money, it's now if I have money, I can't be lonely. I don't know why I'll be lonely when I have
When
all
there
the
is
money.
money.
When I will be very busy thinking of what to do with that
Exactly.
money. I'll be very busy thinking of how to
Exactly.
invest it. I'll be very busy thinking of making vacations with my children and all that. You understand? So by the time I come to that level of lonely, unless I'm entering an emptiness, maybe my children are now grown, going out, I can now talk of companionship. I can't be lonely when I see money and I have things to do. You understand?
you're busy.
So anybody that is saying, okay, the money is there, I'm just lonely, I don't. That person needs a check, and he needs in fact, he needs to bring the person to our office.
The person need thorough teaching and check.
Unless she was lonely even before she was
the
widowed.
loneliness came.
Yes.
Okay. All right. According to I'm on Facebook now, and coming from Mama Anyi Chigozie Christiana, she said Kunye Foundation and African Philanthropy Forum are our generous main support sources. Okay.
Yeah.
So
because they are also partnering with us this Saturday for the program.
okay, for the program that is coming up. Okay,
yeah,
I think
never
she's
that.
saying that because of the program we mentioned.
Yeah, they do a lot before now, but even those ones that also like during Christmas they help with they do help us with food aid. Even there's this loan package we are still working out with them for widows, so they're very supportive. They're like one major partner that what Healing Hearts has now, and we are glad to have them in our life.
Oh, that's okay. And of course, a special shout out to Kunye Foundation and African Philanthropy Forum. Okay, we see you people and we do appreciate it. All right, I have a question here from Kingsley. I think is a suggestion or an input from Kingsley Okoye. He said there are many avenues to spend funds. Okay, it mustn't really be on side or side piece. Side if it's a woman, he says side chicken, So it mustn't be on that aspect. He said, yes, that's a cockroach when there is a big
when there is a big one.
when there's a big or raid, the kids are there to keep the person all lonely. Kingsley Okoye, I know you in person and I know what you are capable of doing. What's in the what is this? This really cracks me up. And okay, see exactly. There's nothing like loneliness when the fund is there. Small and strong circle. That's a very strong word. Very small and strong circle. I think the reason why people misbehave, especially when they lose their loved ones, is the kind of people they have.
Yeah.
I've seen a group. I think I walked into a certain place here in Enugu gathering, and I saw some women, someone, some bun short, some short, some leggy, some white, some very short gown. They were having a circle, a meeting, like a gathering, and somebody said, "Not them, not them. They don't kill their husband. They don't gather here now." And they were all wealthy. You needed to see the cars they drove in with. They parked their cars and they were having their things. And another person, someone else said, "Look the other side." I looked. He said, "Those are their guys. They are men. So they are having a meeting. They call this one their club. Then this other one there. When they are done, just watch how they will be playing together." And I said, "Wow, just." Wow.
Okay, a group of women or a group of widows.
A group of women. Someone else said
you
they
cannot
are
ascertain
widows.
if they are widows.
Someone
we have
said
so many clubs that is even worse. There is this one I saw on Facebook that the young ladies that were saying, "Your husband once said," and they were saying rubbish things.
Exactly.
My husband once said, this one. So you understand?
Yeah.
Me, even as a married person, I cannot be in that club because this thing is going on. Some of them are even saying what their husband never told them. You understand? Just in
Exactly.
the some of them
In
have
the
not
name
seen.
of oppression, because
Oh,
I don't
some of them
understand.
have
My
not seen their
husband, my
husband in the
husband,
last
my
five
husband.
months. You understand?
Mm.
That's why I said you when you move with reasonable people, strong and small circle that give you that brings the best in you. That's even that will make you to learn more. That will make you to always be on your toe. That I need to do this. I need to do better. I need not going and wasting your time on frivolities, because if that kind of gathering, people have their habits. Like when we said, maybe somebody that husband left with a lot of money can even go into drugs. It mustn't be. Some people do drugs, you don't know. So there are people that will just have a few friends of their those friends that do drugs. Must you come in the public to do it? You
Exactly.
understand? People can
Yeah.
throw a small party inside. This world now. Shay, when I was saying that you have to streamline your income and your expenses, I made you made a space for travels. You made for leisure. Man no go kill himself. Man no die. Man no rotten. You no go rotten before you die now. So sometimes you give yourself some happiness, some
Treats.
entertainment, some travel and all that, but you need to do it like a wise
A
person.
reasonable
You're a
person.
reasonable person. There is no point being in a public space
Space
and
and
be
trying
doing
to.
things that will attract negative attention to you. I don't think it's right. Both
Exactly.
for married,
And
unmarried,
married.
widowed, and any way that is not. I don't see it as a right thing.
Okay, I think my last question is this, and both of you are going to answer this one just a little. Then, before we'll call it a wrap, it's been an amazing time. And the last question is, why do you think it's important for society at large to care about those financial empowerment? How can individuals contribute to these causes?
I feel like it's important for society because, for example, now when you empower a, she's more likely to train an educated child or have an educated. And once you have an educated child, the child can now contribute to the economy at large. So don't see it as, oh, maybe women, widows or something like that. They have people coming after them. They have descendants. The children will still be better children. So it's like once you empower that one widow, you have descendants of learned people, people that can enter into the workforce, grow the economy, and all of that. And then for individuals, how they can help. I mean, advocacy is one because, like you said, when they were struggling at the bank, if the uncle or even the bank person is educated or has a bit knowledge about what widows go through, I think it will conversation will go better than have gone. Also, they can also support from organizations like ours. They can volunteer, they can donate. All these are ways in which
That's great. Thank you. And I'm coming to you. The same question. What's your own?
About individuals and communities.
Yes, being
Yeah,
a help to them.
this question would have been, how can the government help? But in this part of the world, government responsibilities are now being heaped on the individuals and communities. And I must tell you that our individual and communities, they are doing a lot. There is no, we have a lot of philanthropists. We have a lot of people that have their NGOs. Before now, they will just gather widows and give them maybe clothes, rice,
Fine.
and they will go. But then now they understand the essence of empowerment. And when they do this, maybe you give a widow an engine to this
to
grinding
grind.
engine for whatever, or you open a small shop like pure water business for the person. It's better than giving somebody arm and just like giving somebody fish than teaching the person how to fish. You understand? So people are coming up. Most people in the village, like I'll take my village for example. During Christmas period, there are a lot of programs. Even before that, there are a lot of programs to empower widows, and most people have really um, from that kind of empowerment been able to cater for their families and their and that gives the children encouragement, and have like been able to raise their shoulder among the other children. Because when you see your mom go out and come in the evening, you can ask for this and your mom can provide it. Not when you ask for it, you will start
That's
tearing out. Boom, you understand? Now,
Exactly.
when you know that your mom, you can approach her and say, "Mom, I need this." Maybe she can only say, "Okay, when is the deadline?" If it's 3 days or 4 days, she will work and bring it. She doesn't have to go and beg any uncle to give. And even, let me also tell you one thing, that this empowerment has also helped people make families to look the way of widows, because when they see that somebody else is supporting, some people are gingered by what other people are doing, that thing they're supposed to do. When they see other people doing it, they will now like, okay, start helping. So they won't be like, this person want to become somebody, or these children want to become somebody without their help. So individual and communities have really helped more than the government itself have helped widows, and we encourage more people to help, and then maybe join hands with organization like Ailing Hearts Widows Foundation, so that we can be able to meet up with. But most people have the capacity to do this, but they don't have the forum
Okay,
to like gather the, but with something like New Foundation, Healing Hearts, and other foundation, you can always reach out to them and know that you're investing in an organization that will touch lives, and you'll see the results very well.
okay. So okay, just like I said that this is going to be our last question, but I think I have, or I want us to come from that, how persons can support. Before I go into that, I have a text message here that says, if I have money, I can be lonely. I'll be busy thinking of how to invest, busy doing shopping, busy doing vacation,
Exactly.
busy going to spa. Nobody is lonely with excess cash.
The only time I get lonely and I feel like, if my husband was there, is when I don't have, when maybe I have a lot of bills to pay and
And
I
then
don't
the
and
money
now
is
you now
not there
remember,
like
why would I
that.
have money and be lonely? Who lonely help?
Okay, I said empowering a woman slash widow means empowering a country
Yeah,
because it affects many branches positively. Okay, widows slash women slash widows are like engines of aircraft. Once you empower them, you are flying the system to a higher altitude. Thank you for
thank you
these
so much.
amazing words. I mean, thank you very much for these amazing words. And Jisom, how do you people volunteer, or rather, how do people volunteer partner with the foundation?
how they volunteer.
Hmm.
It those that want to volunteer,
Yes, I
or
think yes.
people
How
that want to partner with
people
it.
that want to partner, you understand how would they do that?
Okay, they
Like
can reach.
somebody who is watching this now want to now partner.
Partner.
How would the person go about it? And then the second question is for you: what angles does the foundation want people to partner them? Okay, you understand the
Yes.
question. All right, so that's the last question.
Okay. If interested client people that want to partner with, can reach out to us. They can come to our office, or they can reach us via email at healing hearts healing hearts those foundation at gmail.com, or you can come to our office at Brown and Brown Crescent, and then
Okay, so the other
You
question:
asked
what
where
angle?
the areas they can
Yes,
come in. There
yes.
are so many, because like we have a list of students, this list of pupils that will pay for their school fees. Sometimes it can be very overwhelming. So like Chisom said, you can reach out through the email address or address, but even on Facebook, you always see Healing Hearts program, and there are times that our mama always bring up one program or the other and also solicit for help and ask people to help. So if you search for Healing Hearts Widow Support Foundation on Facebook, on Instagram, you'll see us, and then you can uh, send a message and any way you want to help, because there are still women that, because you supported them doesn't mean they don't need more fun. You understand? The
Exactly.
country are hard. The country is very hard now, because by the time you dip into your capital to take care of your children, before now there is something I can call capital. Now I don't even know the difference between capital and the regular spending because maybe before that you can just use less than 10,000 and fill your tank for the month. But now in a week you are buying 50,000 naira fuel. You understand? Everything is just on high side. So it affects everybody anybody that is doing business, and sometimes it makes them to deepen into the capital. So and the business is struggling. So from time to time, there is need to top up for them, check up on them. So those people that have started and their business are struggling, we need to like help them. So there is never a time that we don't have any project. There is never a time we don't. From time to time, like 3 months, 4 months, quarterly, we can do food, uh, do food aid, pack food, and so there is never a time. You can even use it for your birthday. You don't need for an organization to come. Individual people can just, okay, this is my birthday. I want to reach out to widows. In any way you can reach out to the widows. You can reach out to Healing Hearts. In any way that God has blessed you, you want to do Thanksgiving and you say, okay, I want to reach out to widows. You can do it through Healing Hearts. So in every aspect of life, Healing Hearts have been supporting widows. So there is no time we don't have need for more
Felt
support. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. A lot of persons are still sending us questions. Okay, sending us their own contribution, and that's so amazing. Say we have family support programs where we support families weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually with food and drugs. Just like you said,
Yeah.
at Healing Heart. Okay, this person, the family, they can do that through several means via our website, via office visit. Okay, thank you. I'm partnering with Healing Heart is a huge blessing to a soul on a
Yeah.
daily basis. Thank you so much, Golden Odioma. We appreciate you for that contribution. And I think this is where we're going to draw the curtain for today's program. I must say it's been an amazing time, very fun, um, sweet. If I should use that word sweet, because I enjoyed
yes.
every bit of it. And a special shout out to Healing Heart. Healing Heart as a foundation, Blessed Family, Kunye
Foundation.
Foundation.
Africa.
Yes, and also, if I not do this one, I feel no come up for this studio. Special shout out to Mama Anyi, a very strong woman. If you don't know Mama Anyi, I don't know why I want to hype her like this. Woman, we're just strong like this. If you see her, you just be wondering, is this woman still a youth? She dey youth. Abi she, the way she dresses, the way she speaks, the way she carries herself is amazing. And a lot of other things about her, and I must say it's amazing. Those who commented on Facebook, so I'm also reaching out to them. So it will encourage them to follow more and, of course, comment. So if you're not following us, I want to tell you that this program is for you as an is for you as a girl, and you as a guy, for you as a woman whose husband is still alive, for you as a man also. We are focusing on widows. They're also widowers, I know. So
Yeah,
this
when we say widowhood, it covers.
it covers all these things, yeah. Okay, so when we talk about that, we are talking about, so if you're not following us, I would urge you to start following today. And special shout out to one and only Gopa TV in the city of Enugu and worldwide. So anywhere you are, you watch Gopa TV. Gopa TV is on Facebook. Gopa TV is on YouTube, and on YouTube is Gopad_TV. So you go there, subscribe, and then follow us. My name is Maki, Makky. I'm equally on Facebook at Amaka Joy. This is where we do our things, and of course on Instagram is the Lounge Maki. And I will be leaving you I can't leave you without hearing from the beautiful women in the studio. Okay, I have with me in the studio Ju Akune, Mrs. Uju Akune. studio.
Thank you for being with us. And I want to urge every widowed person, both male and female, to not to play with their financial independence. It gives you every strength you need to go by. Thank you.
All right, and of course, the Chisom is here. The sound Chisom is here. Chisom, you.
Okay, I just want to end by saying, if you're interested in attending our program on Saturday, you can reach out to me personally. If you're a widow, you wish to attend, there are a lot of benefits. We have health checkups. If you're having eye problems, because I believe that you need to be healthy first to often. So we
Mm.
have health checkups, we have panel discussions, we learn a lot of things. If you've enjoyed this program, you learn more. So you can reach out to me and then register you for it is on
So they want
Saturday.
to reach out to you. They
How do
can
we
reach out
reach
to
out to
Chisom.
you?
How? So we should just
Okay.
start reaching out to Chisom here.
You can reach send a message or call this number 080 321 43972. Call it 080 321 43972. Thank you.
All right, so that's the number to call if you want to be a part. Maybe you have not been joining us on that program. If you want to join that program of Saturday, you can call the number. And of course, it will also be displayed on the comment section so you get the number properly. And anytime you watch this video, you know that we have a program coming up on Saturday. And I wouldn't want you to miss it. Maki here, and I will see you again next month. Do not go nowhere. Especially shout out to Go Back TV. I'll be out for now, but don't think about it. Makanamon again. 247. See you again. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.